Now you wait right here, Mr. Weber, and we're gonna have your whole group talk to as soon as possible, okay? I'll be back in about 5 minutes with the counselor, okay?
Of course. Not necessarily RP, but I think he wants to apologize for the situation.
And Iva, who's
and Iva, who's out cold.
Yep.
And Iva, who's out cold too. It's got bloody nose.
First, thank you all for standing by me. I don't think that I deserved it, but I very much appreciate what you did. I am sorry that things got so bad. That was certainly not my intent.
Again, looks the others.
If
Nobody
you-
gonna say anything?
Ray just shrugs. No sweat, man. Happens.
Then from the back of the room, who really gives them?
Who that?
At this point, you
That
kind
was
of
Aaron.
hear, you kind of hear a thud in the back of the room from his chair landing back the normal way. Then he kind of just leans up. Shit fucking happens. At least you nut up instead of shutting up.
that is true.
I'm just going to interpret that as Daniel having a hard time with that phrase. It's not common in Germany.
Aaron's
But
gonna
he's just gonna kind of like look like, what?
Aaron's gonna kind of see your perplexed face and go, okay. Then you kind of see him like wipe his hands up, and you notice that like there's still a little bit of blood like dripping off of his chain as he walks up to you, and then he kind of kneels over and he's like, the point I'm getting at, Dutch boy, is you weren't a fucking pussy.
If I was a pussies, and would I still be in detention?
Out of character, would I know Aaron?
Aaron has a bit of a hothead.
I love interaction because I love this interaction because it's 180 degrees the opposite.
Hey,
He might as well be speaking another language. He's
Look,
hey, Aaron, I think he gets the point.
Look, I know
You're scaring the kid.
he gets the point, but me scaring him's half the help. There's gonna be people way effing worse than me that are probably gonna do more now that you pissed Kenzo off.
alright. How about this? Everyone in this room does anyone in this room have any regrets? Anyone?
Me? Fuck no. They could expel
No.
me tomorrow and I don't give a shit.
It kind of like shakes his head. I regret dislocating a man's arm. I don't regret standing up for our buddy here.
Question, what is his name again?
Daniel?
That new kid that you added to the group. Okay.
Look, man, it
I
is what
don't
it is.
believe
Then you could
that
have.
met. I didn't expect for people that I do not even know to stand by my side and not use that.
Look, we all know Kenzo is a guy with a big B on his back.
He is a problem, and the problem is not going to go away.
Nah, Kenzo ain't the only damn problem on campus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Daniel.
Years here.
You're gonna need to learn the buddy system quick.
I to use the buddy system with Sakura. She is very strong, and I thought that it would be wise, but given the current circumstances, if that is no longer acceptable, then I will back off. I apologize for everything that has happened. And if this affects your permanent record, I am even more sorry.
No sweat off my back. Worst thing you could have done to me was get me an express trip back to the Shenandoah. There's worse things that can happen.
All evil needs to win is for good men and women to do nothing. I'd rather get expelled than have done nothing.
I think all people here try their best. They can't just say no to seeing injustice or problems up to another classmate.
Sakura will pop up. Look, Daniel, no one's gonna care that you defended yourself. None of us are judging you for it.
But I didn't defend myself. You defended me. I just spoke out against something I was not.
Well, that's half of standing up for yourself.
Maybe, this sounds crazy talk coming from my face, but maybe I should learn how to defend myself. Perhaps the beginner for Sakura would be to teach me something. I guarantee I'd ever be good, but it could be helpful.
You do know there are like 3 people here training
Sorry.
different martial arts.
We have
All
Gen
3 of us can
here.
help you.
Yeah, you're definitely.
I'd
This is
like to
this
think
isn't
Alex
how
is
I
like
expect
too
this to
uncomfortably
happen.
close to Jen when he says that.
Yeah, you know, Gen kind of like looks a little funnily at Alex, like, thanks, I guess. Like,
I mean, Gen here, and I am here. I know some judo. I can help.
4 different martial arts, looking around the room at least.
And
Well, at
besides
least you'll be able
he-
to defend
training.
himself.
And besides Danny, I'm a PE
Oh,
teacher,
very
also
well.
training to PE, so I can help you with some PE education. Field education, maybe.
Maybe I'll start with the one that wasn't tearing people's arms off.
I don't think we'll be getting that point. At least.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Gen, you're getting
Again,
a
he's
rep.
scared of you.
Do I get like a point of renown for all the people who saw that? Like,
Yeah, I think you'll be known throughout school as the arm ripper. You know?
just for the level of epicness that was that kick.
Then, Vivian will basically pipe up. I think the first thing we need to do is see what's gonna happen in the immediate.
Agreed. We might get shot upon on this, unless we can explain the situation in a good way.
I mean, who was the first one to swing to begin with?
I
Technically,
think
then she kind
That
of
was
points
Ray.
at Ray.
Yeah, I did give the first kick, but he did
He
seem he was going to threaten
I
me
mean-
anyway. So
They
Yeah.
initiated. We just laid the smack down.
pretty much.
That's
They
not what
wanted
the
to fight.
school's
We
gonna
just gave
say.
them the balls. No.
Daniel's just like wide-eyed. He doesn't know what to say or do. He's done everything he can for damage control. He's grateful that these people are listening, unlike Kenzo, but he's also very out of his element.
I mean, I don't think we'll get expelled for this. It's not like it's the first fight that broke out on school grounds.
And Kenzo has a reputation for starting fights. So,
And, well, we're all mostly goody tissues here, right? Other than Aaron.
Well, problem is more, the
Yeah.
excessive force there was. Nothing against you, of course, again, but the split KR might come into a problem. Though they did also
Yeah.
injure Ivo, so
I mean, we're
Tit
gonna
for
get a
tat.
talking to for partaking in the fight.
Oh, we will. It's just we need to give the reasoning of why we did the fight. I don't know how the teachers are here, if they can see a reason, hopefully.
Daniel is going to attempt to save face whenever the teacher comes in by starting doing some homework.
Do you even have homework with you? For sure.
Daniel lives homework.
This is Daniel. He has homework with him everywhere.
Okay. Just,
Yeah, I imagine most of us
joined-
had like whatever it is that we carry our homework on with us. We're all at the school doing school things
Yeah,
till now.
true.
I mean,
Hold on, I just had a funny image.
this
Just
is
Daniel later in life, he learns Aikido from Gen, and he uses that to get into a biker gang, and he gets tattoos, but it's literally just arithmetic.
Nice.
Nice.
So you're just gonna walk up, break some dude's arm, and be like, "Let me join your biker gang. I want tattoos of arithmetic." And for some reason, they'll let you in instead of just pointing you to the nearest tattoo store and saying, "Just get your goddamn
So the gang-
tattoos over there."
So the gang's name is the Arithmet Gang. It's a bunch of like nerds on bike.
as Alex sees Daniel taking out homework from
Hazmat.
wherever he has it.
Sorry. Sorry for derailing this. I just had a funny image and thought I'd share it.
No, it's fine.
So, pretty much, anyone else have a singular RP they want to do before I advance this? I'm
I
just...
say advance.
Okay, go ahead, Ray.
No, I say advance.
Oh, okay, I thought you said I did. My bad.
No.
Everyone good then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It will be about another, like, 6-ish minutes on the dot after everyone's gone back to sitting, and pretty much, as you look around the room, everyone's doing different mannerisms. Vivian's looking over her sheet music, still warming her guitar, and then Sakura appears to just be going over some different notes that she has. Ivo, well, he's, you know. And then Aaron's in the back of the room looking a little restless.
In the nurse's office.
And then, as everyone gets into their rhythm, pretty much, Aaron's gonna sit down next to, will come up and sit one table behind Yen. Yo.
Gen looks back and nods. Thanks for jumping in.
Most fun I've had in about a few months.
Fair. Gen will flip his chair around to actually face Aaron, and that way he's having a true conversation.
And he'll look over to Daniel sitting like maybe a chair behind Sakura. And that one needs a confidence boost.
Yeah. But we all start somewhere, so
I suppose.
maybe this will be the jump start that he needs.
Word. So, you worried about losing the captain's position? I know you've been gunning for it.
It sucks, but there's always next year.
So, I'll be a bit for real with you, homie. This is, gonna be my 5th or 6th write-up. They told me after last year they were carrying over.
Aaron. Dude. You gotta start extraditing yourself from this kind of stuff, man. You get too many more and they will kick you out.
I know. I told you I really don't care about being here. Were it up to me, I'd be going back to high school, back home. I just want you to know if they do kick me out, it's been real.
It has, and like, Gen'll put his hand out and do the like bro hug thing.
Yeah, Aaron will basically grab your arm.
You know, man, it really has been real. Ever since the day that you woke me up at 2 in the goddamn morning.
Well, it kind of helps when you're very about 4 hours behind schedule.
If they do kick you, I'm gonna miss you. Truly.
Choking Kenzo's buddy was worth it.
Yeah. By the way, whose blood is that?
Just... Look. When we got rushed by the crowd, someone went for me, panicked, and used my necklace to choke him. Don't know who it was, but better them than me.
I mean, I really hope you didn't fuck anyone up too badly.
Shouldn't have tried to beat me.
I'm not saying you were entirely wrong. Defending yourself is something that most people need to learn to do. But choking a man out with a necklace is perhaps a step too far.
Look, it don't matter what they say, what they do. All that matters is getting down for what you stand for, yo.
You quote DMX way too often, my friend. Won't say that again, it's wrong. But they lose effect when they're used so often.
Whatever. And with that, the teachers will start coming in the room. And
With that, Gen will flip back around and start doing his homework.
as all of you are sitting in the room, pretty much the counselor, bit of an Italian woman with like brownish hair, basically speaks up, and she addresses the whole group. I want all of you to know I'm disappointed in what happened at the baseball field, but I want to hear your perspective first.
With it being a teacher who's asking this, Daniel's face locked up. He's going to need some kind of help.
I'm just going to poke Daniel. Hey, you want to do this, or do you want someone else to handle this?
So, Ray, when you poke Daniel, like a little yip escapes from his face. Just a...
At that, Gen's gonna speak up, saying nobody else doing it.
I mean,
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it, but
Oh, I mean, if Ray looks like he's going to, then Gen will let Ray.
yeah. Ray will say, there was our good friend over here, Daniel. Daniel had an issue with Mr. Kenzo, and Kenzo had entered it with us with aggression, so to speak, or implied with it. And that's when everything kind of broke down. We we didn't want to start a fight, whatever. But it seems that the only way everything would have calmed down is a fight would have happened. We didn't want to do it. We just had to defend ourselves.
Okay. My one question for you, Mr. Calhe, is who hit first?
That will unfortunately be me. But based on Kenzo's. But I didn't do it out of just first hit.
Vivian will pipe up. Kenzo kind of antagonized the whole situation and made it really impossible for the rest of us to get out.
They also had weapons.
Out of character, they were threatening with the bats as well, right? Before we struck, they were like raising their bats.
They had the bats on them, but they didn't lift them up until like the fighting started. You can argue that they had bats on them and they were antagonizing, so it's the same though.
Yeah, they hadn't lifted them to swing yet, but they were definitely antagonizing with their bats. Didn't take a rocket scientist to know what was coming.
And Kenzo was trying to hype up a crowd, and Sir B became surrounded.
So, at this, I think that Daniel could have steeled himself enough to speak, if that's all right. I hope I'm not interrupting anybody.
Nah, you're good, go.
So, truest of the match, all mine and Kenzo's fault. Everybody else was just dragged into it. Kenzo wanted me to do assignments against my will, and if I had just capitulated and done, then none of this would have happened. I am very sorry. Please do not punish my friends.
I appreciate the interjection there, Mr. Weber. But people are individuals, and while Mr. Awada has a reputation of doing these kinds of things, meeting that kind of behavior with the same behavior doesn't help much. Had you come to us and told us that he was trying to basically coerce you into doing his work, we would have helped. And while I can understand acting in self-defense, we are a school that's unfortunately watched by the rest of the world. So anytime anyone acts out, even justified, it's tough. But considering that the security cameras around the baseball field were being maintenance this week, we don't have any definitive proof on anyone, so everyone's getting a written warning here. And I would suggest being on your best manners.
Miss... sorry. What was her name again, miss?
You know this teacher as Miss Vianici, Sophia Vianici?
Vianici, okay. What about the teachers? Were the teachers there before the 5 minutes or the after the 5 minutes?
They showed up at the end of the fight, so they just kind of saw everyone moshing on the field.
Okay, Miss Vianici. As you can see, teachers arrived at the location of the fight after 5 minutes during what happened during the fight. I would like you to think about this. How would the teachers arrive without anybody notifying them? And the most likely candidate who has notified the teacher would have been either the instigators or the ones that had to defend themselves. So I believe that there is evidence of us calling for help and for help arriving late before the fight has happened.
You have to understand, Mr. Chen, that this is a massive campus, and it's impossible for the faculty to be everywhere at one moment in time. We came as fast as humanly possible. The first couple teachers that arrived on the scene realized they were going to need help, and that's why it took longer to break up. I'm not saying anyone here is getting a permanent strike on their record or is in trouble, but everyone's getting a verbal warning about fighting on school grounds.
Again, I'll put a hand on Alex's shoulder, and I think we can all agree that we will take it to heart as much as possible.
Very much so.
And thank the this is the counselor, right?
Yep.
Our counseling staff and teachers for arriving when they did, and for letting us go with such a lenient warning.
You can.
Meanwhile,
see,
Daniel has reached his final form of bobblehead.
Yes, you're right.
Ow.
Alright, now all of you have a good rest of your day going to classes, and if I have to talk to any of you one-on-one about this again, there's going to be problems. Mr. Nivens, count your blessings. To which Aaron just kind of looks over. Doesn't really say or do anything because he knows that's going to make it worse on him. And then everyone starts leaving the room. Then Aaron gets stopped and he'll be a little bit behind the rest of you as you all go back to your classes.
Do I
we
know
notice
if his class is near mine?
Aaron will be going to world history after this, so he wouldn't be super far. Like, you
What
could
about
realistically stop and talk to him on the way to your next class once he's done being talked to by the counselor.
Yeah. Gen doesn't necessarily intend to talk to him, but he is going to wait there for him.
What do you want to ask, Alex?
I was gonna ask if we were allowed to visit Ivo or to find information of how he's doing from the counselor.
They would have told you that he's unconscious, but he didn't have any permanent damage, and he should be out of the infirmary by the end of the day, but you're welcome to go see him.
I'll probably do just that because roommate
Same thing.
responsibilities.
Same thing. Old friend and club member. So
Alright. Again, you wait for Aaron to be done talking to the counselor. You can see from a distance that got heated a little bit between the two of them. And then he just kind of starts walking down the hallway with his bag.
Gen will walk in step with him and just doesn't say anything, just is there. Showing, some solidarity to his roomie.
We're gonna cut back to you leaving detention immediately, right before you go to your first class.
Okay.
Pretty much, you sit down in your chemistry class, and pretty much you start looking over your notes and everything, and then you keep thinking, Bindi, 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 Bindi. Where do you remember that?
Chin.
Then you flash back and remember the note left on your pillow on how it was signed with a B.
Instead of an S.
That's BS.
Okay. God damn it. Okay, do I remember what the letter said?
Pretty much the letter was talking about how they were really happy to see you, and as soon as they had a free moment when they weren't at the advanced building, they would come see you, close to the end of the school week back in your first year. And pretty much that meetup never happened. You just had the note, and then one day when you're walking around the school, you run into that picture that I showed you of the person you saw far away from the crowd, sitting at a table talking to like 2-3 other girls. And you do
I
recognize her as almost the spitting image of your.
Alex would be well shocked that he'll obviously doesn't know it's Speedy Champ, but he'll probably be shocked because his sister's someone that looks exactly like his sister is sitting right there. It's been a while since the letter. They haven't meet up yet, so he's kind of shocked. Doesn't know what to do exactly. But after a while, after the internal emotional distress that he's going through finishes, he'll probably start walking towards to Sarah, and probably tap her in the shoulder before he says anything.
She's kind of casually talking, and then like the person she's talking to gives a little bit of like a perturbed face because just random person you don't know coming up to your friend group. And then she turns around after you tap her shoulder, and she looks about how you remembered her but prior to leaving for Marahawa Academy. Still has like the dark blacker hair, the tan skin. She's still like a little bit like taller than you, but the two of you were close to the same height. It's not like a massive difference, maybe like an inch or two. And then she kind of turns around, hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. You look exactly like my sister.
Oh, who's your sister?
My sister. Her name is Sarah.
I don't think there's anyone here named Sarah.
That's kind of impossible, though, since she got her letter from Marahawa a year ago.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I would have seen her. I started here a year ago.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. And forgive my manners. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Bindi.
Bindi?
Yeah, Bindi Chen.
Oh. I see. Okay. A little bit backtrack. When I said anything about Sarah Chen, did she react in any way?
No, she's acting pretty. As a matter of fact, is her attitude. When someone, like when you talk to someone and they're just very like easy come, easy go about like everything in the conversation. That's about how she's been acting.
Will that help Sarah will be?
No, not at all.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you with and your friends. Thank you for at least clearing up my worries.
What's your major? I could try to help you look for her.
My major would be program, right?
Si, senor.
I major in programming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I majored in code, so I feel like I would have seen her if that was her major too. Was it?
I think so, because that's how I got the, I got it, how I got my mission, supposedly, from her.
Alright, well, I hope you find her.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about her. She's kind of all I have.
Yeah, I'll be sure to keep an eye.
Alright, what are my manners? My name is Alexander Chen.
Oh, small world. I guess you can always run into someone with your same last name.
Yeah. That's... Yeah, it's possible. I won't take any more of your time. Hope you have a wonderful day, and hope I didn't come out weird.
No, not at all.
And I'll probably start, walking away. Oh, I was gonna say I'll probably keep in mind her name and how there's no Sarah Chen at all in the school, which is weird.
Yeah, as you walk away, she kind of turns back to her friend group and they start chatting, and her friend's like, wow, what a weirdo, and she was like, shh, he could probably still hear you. Look, I don't know who that guy was. I mean, it's weird he has my same last name, but I don't think I've ever met anyone like that before. He seemed sad, though, so I hope he does find who he's looking for. Yeah, I suppose that's not a bad thing to think about, Brandy. Well, Alyssa, you are the best, so... maybe don't judge so harshly, I suppose, but when you date Kenzo, it's hard not to. And the scene will cut as you walk away.
Question: who's dating who? Who's dating Kenzo?
Alicia's dating Kenzo.
Can somebody write that down?
The only thing I have to say.
I am.
The only thing I have to say about that is.
And Daniel has slightly turned into an angry cat for 2 seconds.
Told you something weird is going on. There's no Sarah Chen. How is that possible? My memories can't be, altered. Right?
Then, Ray, are you and Alex going to see Ivo together or separate?
Together.
Okay.
Together, because I do want
Together.
a small chat with Alex, if that's our problem.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at the nurse room where we can see Ivo. How is he doing?
You can see him behind the glass. His eyes are closed, and the nurse is basically, like, talking with some other staff, and you're kind of in the waiting room right now.
We'll make through it. I'll say. Yeah, that's what I can hear.
Hopefully it doesn't get worse. It did look like a pretty hard hit
She'll be fine.
to the face.
Trust me. Trust me. It'll be fine. Ivo is a tough guy. Even a bad injury can shrug it off. Hopefully.
I was going to say. So you were his roommate before, right?
Yep. Back in first year, I believe. Till he got transferred. We're still together though. He's in the same club as me. We're at the swimming club. So even if we're not roommates, we're still good friends.
I don't know. Lately, when Ivo comes to our room, I always see him worried more than usual. Do you, since you're his friend, do you perhaps know anything about it?
I have an idea, but I wouldn't really, share his secrets unless he's told you. You can ask him if you want, and you can give him my blessings to you, but again, that's up to him, not me.
Ivo doesn't really talk to me a lot. I sometimes feel like he doesn't like me at all.
Why is that?
And I always thought when you go to school and are roommates with someone, you'll at least be able to communicate with each other and become friends eventually. Well, since Ivo hasn't been with me for the year, he's been silent, you know?
Silent stoic type? Keeps to himself a lot? Yeah. I dealt with that for a bit until he eventually cracked. It takes time, alright? I see him as the kind of guy with complicated issues here and there. Don't tell him till I said that.
Nah, I won't.
It's at that point that the nurse opens up the door and basically motions for the two of you to come in.
Come on. Oh, and I don't know if we introduce ourselves. I'm Ray.
Oh, I'm Alex. Alexander. Alex for short.
I'll just call you Alex. My full name is Raymond, technically, but Ray is the short word.
Okay.
I go in to see Ivo. We can go in together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ivo's kind of just started to come to a bit. His eyes are barely open, and you can see that there's a bit of a mark on his face from where he got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Doing good, Ivo? Other than the mark,
Me is perfecto, amigo.
Well, looking into condition, you do seem like that. Except for one part of it, but yeah, is what it is.
I mean, kind of figured it was gonna happen.
You had some business with Kenza, or you just hang out with that crowd? I won't judge you.
Real friendly of you. Come see me as soon as I get up. Where are you doing there?
Was he talking to me or Ray?
He was talking to Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Detention.
I'm behind Ray.
I've got a bit of a thing with Kenzo, okay?
That's fine. Yeah, not judging you, man.
No, he made me an offer, and if his dad actually ponied up and paid for my final year.
No.
So that's why he's.
Fuck.
What'd you say, short stuff?
Hi, probably don't know me as a roommate. Um, do you need help with paying for your final year?
Maybe.
If you want, I could help you out of that situation, or at least try.
Friend, unless if you've got the money to pay for a whole another year of tuition here, it's not really gonna help me.
I've been saving up some money.
Quantos?
How much is it yearly?
A lot.
100 grand a lot?
Like, it's about the equivalent to going to a year of university. Still of tuitions, it's usually a cost of like equivalently 110 to like 175k a year.
Ouch. Yeah, okay.
And
How
then
much does my
speaking-
mother love me?
I'll get to that. And speaking in terms of like Resident Evil, this school, because it's so prodigious, has the high end of that tuition.
So
So
close maybe.
175.
Yeah. And to answer you, she loves you a lot, but not enough to give you like over $175,000 to pay for some person she doesn't know to go to school.
How much is she willing to pay though?
That's up to how much you want to ask for, then we'll roleplay that.
What if he signs a contract with my family?
Alex, I really hate, out of character, I really hate to be the bummer of this, but most, like, U.S. families are not gonna just give over that kind of money to people they don't know. Not because they're mean, it's because it's not really doable.
Okay.
If you want to ask for money, you can roleplay that, and we'll do the scene there. I won't restrict you from doing that. I'm just letting you know you can't just, like, MacGuffin a get-out-of-jail-free card for this character.
Okay. 170k.
So now pretty much you are the deal, it seems. Fuck.
I mean, I could probably get a small amount, not the whole tuition, but like some of it.
It's fine, Alex. The fact you're offering's enough for me, but I can't take your money.
Then what are you gonna do?
I guess just finish out this year and next year. If I can't make it, I can't make it, and I'll just finish school back home in Brazil.
Ray just looks down. Yeah, man, I'm sorry for the situation you have to, get yourself into and all, but Kenzo's a bitch, but those have some uses, I guess.
See, Kenzo is mucho grande punta, but
He sure is.
his dad's a politician, he could pay. We got time, right? We'll figure it out. Besides, I'm pretty sure I would have kicked the other kid's ass if it wasn't for them all ganging up on me.
Yeah, true. Sorry I couldn't help out. I was dealing with Kenzo, you know, just giving him the kicks. Ah,
Well, let me get out of this bed. Then he kind of just pulls himself up.
hey, if you think you're gonna get a little bit dizzy and all, maybe we should head to the dormitory and just grab some sleep. Maybe get a nice back also.
I'm gonna head to the cafeteria, get a bite to eat. Mr. Ray, we got each other's back. And Alex, pretty good. Thanks.
No problem.
Well, anyway, we get in the cafeteria. Do I have class next, or is it free time?
You'd be in the second lunch after Ivo, so you'd have a class you gotta get to.
So where would I go?
I mean, pretty much this is your free study period out the day.
Yeah. Well, class is coming over soon, so you grab your bite to eat. I'm gonna have to hit the class. Got the books to do, but I'd probably suggest maybe avoid the water for a day. Maybe I'd say just for a day, man. Recover.
Fair.
I'll tell the captain that
Yeah, Captain probably already knows.
True death.
And with that, I will basically thank the both of you and leave.